Okay, we'll make this quick so I don't talk your ear off forever. Hello everybody. For those who don't know, I'm the assistant engineer of the Springdale Fire Company in Stamford, Connecticut. Basically what we got is a 2015 Silverado using a Cantrol unit with the 8-button knob controller. I can show that. Basically it's a Gen 2 Cantrol. The only difference between the Gen 2 and the Gen 3 was the OBD2 interface in it, but I will attach pictures of mine, and if you notice, my Gen 2 has been upgraded to include the OBD2 interface. However, we don't use that, but it has it. Real quick, the way this is set up is we don't use the radio broadcast feature, so basically in the programming, the radio mode is set up as a standby feature, so it cuts off all siren tones and it activates the factory horn in the truck. If we start going through the PA setting, that's when it turns on my air horn off the steering wheel. Turns the factory horn off. Manual mode will activate the manual stop if I hit the steering wheel. But if I hit the manual button on the controller, it does the manual coast. If I'm in PA mode, the manual button will do the manual stop and the air horn button. Hands-free, I can cycle through my 3 different tones. T1, T2, and T3 is basically set up generic wail, yelp, phaser. The overrides will activate an ultimate high-low, a warble, and the override tone for T3 is the air horn, so you can get that working on the steering wheel the way it's supposed to be. Manual piercer button, which is kind of nice. That works lights on, lights off. It will override other siren tones, so if I'm in T1 and I want to either hit the air horn or the manual piercer, it'll work the same way. Takedowns. Alley's on a multi-press, so you press it once, it turns the left alley on, right alley, hit it the 3rd time, it turns them both on, 4th time, turns them off. Wig-wag activates the white flashing in the front, so it'll flash the takedowns, the white in the grill, and the alley lights. That is set up to come on in slide 3, and slide 1 and 2, it is set to turn it back off. Front cut, low power, amber cruise, and a blue cruise. So, on top of the fire department, I work for a towing company in the city of Stamford. So basically, I wanted this truck to be multifunctional, so that's how I built it. On top of any fire calls that we respond to for the towing company, I use it to respond to some calls after hours, assist some guys in the middle of the night with accidents, shutting down roads, things like that. So it's able to do a full blue warning and a full amber warning depending on what I want to use it for. You can use any amber lights when only an amber light is necessary. What else we got? We have an advanced multi-state TA, a TA flash, which will just flash amber on the TA bar, and a rear flash, which only does a couple modules to the rear, but notice when you turn it on, it turns the front cut on. If I turn the front cut off, it does a steady pattern on the light bar, and it just alternates the 2 grill lights. So, and then one press does blue, one press does amber, and off. So we'll walk outside and show you what the flash patterns look like real quick. Slide 1 on my slide switch will do a full amber pattern. Slide 2 on my slide switch will do my on-scene blue pattern. Slide 3 will do my responding blue pattern with the white flashing in it. If I want the blue flashing without the white, I can simply turn the white off. If I'm responding at night and I don't want a ball of white to the front, I can turn the white off, just respond with the blue. And then if I'm in slide 1 and I hit my amber cruise button, it will do a similar to my on-scene blue pattern. It does kind of a slower amber pattern for sitting on the side of the road if I wanted to do something like that. So Have my lovely assistant walk outside the truck, kind of show you what the flash patterns look like real quick. Flashing off. So, through the power of events, basically in slide 3 I set up a brake override, so when I'm responding, if I step on the brake, anybody that's behind me can tell that I'm slowing down. It changes the pattern a little bit. Multi-state TA, because the same button will do a left pattern, do a right pattern, and the third press will do a center out pattern. The TA will override any flashing pattern, so if I'm on slide 1 in amber, whatever pattern I had the lights on, the TA will override that pattern. TA flash. It's on 3 patterns. One press does a random flash. The second pattern will do a 2x2, and the third press will do a center out. That will will also override any flash pattern that might be involved. One press does just a simple back and forth, blue and red on a signal alert 60 pattern. The same press in amber will do the same thing, just on a single flash 60 pattern. When you turn this button on, it turns the front cut on. Just have a real simple pattern to the front, which we'll walk around with to show you this too. Nice if you want a lower level lighting and the whole truck, this simple way to block a road or video might make it look like it's flashing, but the light bar is just on a steady on and the real lights will just alternate back. You don't have to go so far. You can walk closer. You don't have to stand so far away. With the whole truck. Basically everything on this truck that will do a dual color, basically just have blue amber M4s on the bottom. These are actually using a fog light bracket for a 2015 Tahoe that have been slightly modified to fit in these spots. Usually these are where the tow hooks would go on a truck, but the tow hooks were removed, which had a nice open spot there, so with the very slightly modifying it, these fog light brackets sit right in there, and I basically took a thin sheet of metal and used that on the backside to basically sandwich the light to the bumper so they don't move at all, so they fit real nice in there. These are trio ions, red and blue, amber, and white. The light bar is when you order it, it's a 10 lamp FST, blue amber with 2 takedowns. So it would show 12 light heads on the bar, but when you order it, it's a 10 lamp bar, which gives you 5 modules on each side of warning color plus 2 white takedowns. If you wanted to get a 12, if you ordered it in 12 lamps total, you would basically have 6 modules of warning on each side with takedowns if you wanted them or not, or you can do a full white flood if you order it that way. The alley lights here are basically just a V ion and blue with the white takedown feature, white takedown and puddle feature, but those just flash in blue. Again, dual color M4 and blue amber. These are dual ions. This is 2 in red amber, 2 in blue amber. And then this light in the back window. This was kind of a little project of mine. That's a little custom project that I made. That's a 500 series Whelen Dominator. Originally, the way it was ordered, there's 6 amber modules in the middle with 2 red and blue end flashers on it. So basically, when I first got it, I rewired the inside of the bar so all the modules work together in a traffic pattern. So I eliminated the independent end flashers and just made the whole bar flash as a TA bar. That whole bar has no internal flasher or anything in it. It's literally just a dummy light head. We use the software to flash it all, but I did a little project where I got dual colored heads, and I made this a true duo bar, which you can't really order them that way. So basically all I did is I kept the wire harness for the TA the same. They all are, TA is negative triggered. They all run off of a common positive. So basically all I did was I built a second wire harness which would mirror the TA harness. It's just the warning colors are positive triggered with a common negative. It's the only difference between the two. So you get a full dual bar. Like I said, we used the programming to flash it, so you can flash it to do anything you wanted it to do. So it took me quite a while to get around to making a video of it. This truck's probably been in service maybe a good 6-7 months now. It's worked great. Took me about, give or take, 2 months to build it. Kind of did it in between my days off, working on the weekends, and then another process of constantly changing flash patterns and button presses to get it how I wanted it. So it's been working good. Pretty soon you'll be stay tuned for a video that will come in the near future. Got a nice bunch of upgrades planned for this truck that will include 2 controllers, a Whelen core, and a couple other nice features that will get this truck to do a little bit more of, tap into all the nice features that a core can do. So be sure to stick around and look out for that. That'll be coming pretty